Hello, everyone. Our lesson today is starting Unit 2. So, Unit 2, Lesson 1, and this is called Congruent Parts, Part 1. First of all, let's go to our lesson card 1. Something I want to make sure I point out to you, there is no longer a toolbox at the top of the cards. Tools are located down here where it says Tools. How handy. So there's graphing calculator, scientific calculator, constructions, and geometry. We will be using the geometry tool later on in the lesson, so I did want to make sure that I pointed that out to you. To get started today, let's look at our objective of the lesson. Today we're going to work on figuring out what the corresponding sides and angles in figures have to do with congruence. Now, a couple of items here. Corresponding, if you're not certain what corresponding means, that might be something you want to pause the video and look that up. And then congruence or congruent. Yeah, that's the title of our lesson, Congruent Parts. So if you are unsure about the definition of the word congruent or congruence, again, you might want to pause the video real quick and look that word up because both corresponding and congruence are very important vocabulary words for our lesson today. Okay. To get us started, we're going to do a notice and wonder. Notice and wonders are fantastic because they have no correct answer or all of the answers are correct. It's up to you. Transformed rectangles. So here are 4 different rectangles, A, B, C, and D. What do you notice and what do you wonder? Down here in the text box, please type in something that you notice and something that you wonder. So pause the video for just a few minutes, set a timer for 2 minutes, and type out some possible noticings and wonderings. Set that timer. Okay, you've had 2 minutes to hopefully write down some noticings and wonderings. The first thing I notice, of course, is that rectangle A is blue. Okay, so I notice that rectangle A is blue. Okay. And that makes me wonder, why is rectangle A blue? Is there a purpose? Maybe you had something else that you noticed and something else that you wondered. I also noticed that the letters, so this rectangle A seems to be the original, and maybe that's why it's blue, who knows? Because all of the other rectangles have those tick marks, the prime marks, to indicate that that's after a transformation has taken place. But even though they're all rectangles, the letters are all in different spots. So that is something I wonder about as well. Even though it looks like they're the same rectangle, and it looks like that B, C, and D are perhaps transformations of rectangle A, the letters seem to be in different spots. So that's something I notice and I wonder about also. You can have as many noticings and wonderings as you want. You need to have at least one notice and one wonder typed into your text box here. Okay. This is the big part of the lesson. If we know this, then we know that. So our lesson is about congruent figures, congruent. And if you did not look it up, because you remember, congruent means the same. Okay, the same length, the same angle, the same shape, the same size. That is what congruent means. It means the same. So in this lesson, it's saying triangle ABC, triangle ABC is congruent to the triangle DEF, DEF. And this means that A right here matches with D in the second triangle. B matches with E. C matches with F. So those are the pieces that match up together. The first thing here is finding the sequence of rigid motions that takes triangle ABC, ABC to triangle DEF, DEF. So what transformations, what happened in order to get triangle ABC to look like triangle DEF exactly? So what do you notice? So take just a moment, pause your video, type in, what do you notice? What do you think happened to get triangle ABC to match with triangle DEF? Take just a moment to type that in. Okay, so now that you've taken a moment to type in what you think happened to get from triangle ABC to triangle DEF, let's talk about the matchups here. Let's talk about the matchups. So what is the image of segment BC after that transformation? So here is segment B to segment C, B to C. What matches up with segment B to C on our triangle DEF? What piece of triangle DEF matches with segment B to C? And you can type that answer in the box here. Okay, so coming back up here, the sequence of motions, when I look at this, I picture a line that's going vertically, whoops, that goes vertically right through the middle of the two triangles here. So a vertical line right here. And what I see is that a reflection has occurred across that vertical line. That's what I'm seeing. There are other ways that this triangle could transform from ABC into DEF, but that is the way that's what I saw, was a reflection there. Okay. And segment B to C up here, segment B to C, well, what matches up with segment B to C? Well, that would be the same spot on the triangle DEF, which would be segment E to F, segment E to F. So what is the image of segment BC after that transformation? What is the segment that's in the same spot here on triangle DEF? It is segment EF. How do you know the segments are congruent? How do you know the segments are congruent? Well, reminder, if you need to type it in for yourself, congruent means exactly the same. Okay? Same length or angle measurement. Okay? Same spot, whatever. So how do you know that the segments are congruent? And you may need to roll your brain back to 8th grade. I know, so long ago. So long ago. Think about when you transform a shape. Hey, if we reflected the shape, if we reflect the shape, what changes about the shape? So how do you know the two segments are congruent? And then number 4 goes along with that. Justify that triangle, that angle A to B to C is congruent to angle DEF. How do you know that angle ABC is congruent to angle DEF? So think about what you know about reflections, rotations, translations. What happens to the shape that is reflecting, rotating, or translating? Think about that. How do you know that the angles are congruent? Think about that and make sure you're typing in those explanations in text boxes 3 and 4.